everyone, it is Rosie, and today is our weekly Oracle card pulls. And so what I'm going to be doing is pulling our 3 group cards, and then of course we will have our regular people who are on the list. So if you are not on the list and you would like a card, then please let me know. And for those of you catching the replay, hashtag replay, let me know that you are catching the replay. So I'm going to start with Donna. So I shared this post on my business page, and I mean on my personal page, and so some people actually replied on that post, and it's really important that you actually go to the original post, because otherwise I will not see the comment. So, but I just happened to have a notification, so I went and checked. And so I had 3 people that were on that list. Tracy, who is already on the list, so she's good that way, but she's on the regular list. So I'm going to start with Donna. Good morning, Sharon. So Donna, I'm not sure if you are on yet, but you are the first person on the list. So you have, and I'm pulling cards today from the Divine Oracle Circle, the Divine Energy Oracle. Absolutely, Kayla, I can pull a card for you. Name added. Okay, so today your message for this week, Donna, is strengthen your gifts. So that is your first one. And the other card is nurture yourself first. So that one there jumped out while I was still shuffling. So for anybody who's new, if there is a card that jumps out, then I refer to that as a jumper, which means for me that it's an extra message that you needed to hear this week. So that is Donna's cards. Kathy Welton is next on my list. So I'm going to pull Kathy's card next. La belle Kathy. Become a clear channel. So that is your message this week, is become a clear channel. So sometimes we have blockages that stop us from moving forward. So, oh, Lori Blair, you have a few jumpers. And right at 11:11. So Lori, so your first one is make necessary sacrifices, and that one there caught my breath. So I'm not sure what that means for you, but it definitely caught my breath. Go for your dreams is one of the cards that jumped out, and address your addictions. And so when people get that card, people are like, oh my God, good morning, Francine. Oh my God, I don't have addictions. And sometimes we do, sometimes we don't. But when we're getting that, well, I don't really have addictions, what are some of the patterns of things that you do that prevent you from moving forward? So that is what that card means. So my absolutely, Carrie. So I finally got my decks organized. I had to like remove some books. And so apparently I have a Colette Baron Reid obsession. And so I have all of these decks here, like all of these are Colette Baron Reid decks. Good morning, Cindy. Would you like a card? And then I've got the other ones that are like 2 stacked in the bottom. And then I've moved my books down into my other shelf. And absolutely, Tara. So it's kind of interesting. Okay, I will add you, Cindy. Absolutely, Julie. So it's, but like I said, I've got a Colette Baron Reed obsession. I'm actually taking one of her courses right now, so I'm really apparently quite attracted to her lately. So I've had some already, and then there was one that there's two of them with the program that I had purchased, that the two programs that I purchased that she has gifted me. So I've got two of them that I didn't pay for. Absolutely, Francine, you're on our regular list now. So, and so, Shawna, you have a few jumpers. So you have Shine Your Light. You have Reevaluate Your Priorities. And you've got Seek Hidden Treasure. So those are your two jumpers. So I'm not sure what it is that's going on, but, and you shine beautiful light. So, but I'm not sure what it is that's going on for you, but it's just really important for you to take a look at some of the things that you're doing and see whether or not there's some shifting that needs to happen in one direction or the other. So that's Sarah. I mean, Shawna. Sarah is actually next. So, oh, lots of jumpers today. So Sarah Smith, you are next. So Sarah, you need to make necessary sacrifices. So sometimes the going is a little tough, and Begin to Explore was the card that jumped out. So make necessary changes, make necessary sacrifices. Often means just kind of take a look and see what are some of the things that you need to, again, a lot about evaluating. So like, what are some of the things that you need to be doing to make some of the shifts that you need to have happen? So sometimes we get stuck in the same mundane patterns, and it's important for us to make those shifts. So Sharon, you have a jumper. Ooh, you have two jumpers. 3. You apparently lots of messages that are needing to come through. Okay, so your card is Focus on Success. So that is your first card, Sharon. And then you've got Face Your Shadow. And so that means that sometimes we're afraid of what it is that we need to be dealing with, or we've kind of tucked something away that we haven't been dealing with. And that's what that means. And then Forgive and Forget. And so one of the things that I always talk about is forgiveness is extremely, extremely important, because it's not about forgiving the person or the actions of the person. It's about being able to let go of the attachment that is there. And sometimes that has to do with ourselves as well. So if there's something that we've done, don't be so hard on ourselves. Be able to let go of things, and Love Yourself was the first card that jumped out. So that is your message this week. You have lots of messages this week. So I'm going to pull our first group card for the week. So I pull 3 group cards. So technically you have 4 messages, unless you had jumpers, then you have more. And so our first group card for this week is Wake Up Call. So there is something that is going to help us realize that it's time for us to take action on something, to make some changes in our lives. So Wake Up Call. You're welcome, Sharon. So Francine is one of our new people that are on our list. She's actually our very last person that's on our regular list. You need a wake-up call. Maybe. Sometimes we do. So Francine is next. And she's got a jumpering card. Can't wait to meet Francine in person. So in a couple of weeks, maybe it might even be this week already, but in shortly, I'm going to be meeting Francine, so in person. So it's going to be really cool because we've connected on Facebook. So your first one is do something different, and very interestingly is imagine solutions. So it is, so whatever it is that you have been doing isn't working and it's time to try something new. And so that is your message. So Miss Trey, you are next. So Miss Trey, so if you guys are catching this not on my Facebook page and you're in a group, or you are on my personal page and you're commenting and I'm not seeing the comments, you have to click on the actual video in order for me to be able to hear you. So I just want that to be able to say that. So Miss Tracy, you as well need to make necessary sacrifices, and you need to change tracks. So there's a lot of shifting that needs to go on in your life this week. So taking a look at some of the patterns, some of the things that are happening, and where is it that you need to make those changes. Oh my goodness. Vicky, you have a jumper. Of course you have a jumper. You always have a jumper. So we have a beautiful fall day here, Vicky. What is your weather like out there? We have a beautiful sunshiny day. Julie, I was looking at, somebody had posted on Facebook today an old episode of some sort of newscast of the Temagami Tower. It was like really cool. I didn't get to finish the whole thing before I had to leave. So Vicky, you have 3 jumpers. So your first one is face your shadow. Claim your art. And so if you are not artistic, take a look at some of the other things, because sometimes people look at that and say, oh, well, I'm not artistic. Well, take a look at some of the other things that you do. You're very creative. We are all creative in our own way, and we just need to look at it from a different perspective. Go for your dreams, and it's time to speak up. So those are your messages this week. You've got lots. Facing your shadows. We do not like facing our shadows, or at least I know that I don't. I'd rather just keep it like buried. I don't want to have to deal with it. And those shadows are those things about ourselves or situations that we just kind of put off on the back burner. And so that is what our shadows are. So Jill, you're next. So Jill, you have to do the same thing. Face your shadow. That one there is coming up a lot. So face your shadow. So that is your message. So like I was saying, is that shadow work is that stuff that we just don't want to face. So it could be a situation. It could be some feelings. It could be a change that we don't want to make. Good morning, Diaquilin. How are you? I haven't caught you live for a while either. I see a few of your posts, but I haven't caught you live. And so Miss Lori Gervais, so strengthen your gifts. So we all have gifts, we all have talents, we all have these abilities, and sometimes we don't remember that they're there, or we dismiss them thinking that somebody else's is better, or that somebody else can do things better than we can. So that is your message this week, Lori. So strengthen those gifts. Madame Diane will catch the replay because she's spending some wonderful time with some grandbabies this weekend. So, and I've seen a few pictures, so I know that she's definitely enjoying her time with them outdoors in this beautiful fall weather. So Diane is express your joy. So that is your message, Diane. Express your joy. So Diane is in a group that I have, and she's always sharing some incredible wisdom, some different tips and tricks and things that she knows. And so it is a delight to have her as she shares. Okay, so Miss Maddie, you are next. Ooh, trust the divine plan. Sometimes we don't know what the plan is supposed to lead us to, and sometimes we need to just trust and put that out there. And so that is not always one of the easiest things to do. So I am working on oh my goodness. Marianne, you have lots of cards. I am working on having something set up shortly where daily messages are going to be available. And the very first one that I started entering yesterday was trust. And so I just thought that was actually kind of interesting that that's the post that came up, or the card that came up with the with it being the very first one that's going on. So Marianne, be open to love. And so what I'm picking up on that one is about loving yourself and laugh at your demons. So engage in a higher reason. I thought maybe there was two cards in there. Engage higher reason and reassess. So take a look at some of the things that are going on. Engage in that higher reason. So really tap into that higher self of your own. And but laughing at your demons is not always easy, and be open to love. And like I said, I'm picking up on that one about loving yourself, giving yourself a little bit more love than you normally do. So I'm going to pull Melissa's card next. So Melissa, tu es la prochaine. We were laughing about that the other day because I always start off with Melissa, tu es la prochaine. And I don't know why I do that, but I just do. So Melissa, and then I'm going to pull the next group card. Ooh, embrace your power. You go, girl. Embrace your power. You're welcome, Marianne. Hope that helps. So Melissa, you are right into that, tapping into that energy. Woo, woo. Okay, so our next group card is, so the first one was Wake Up Call. Begin to explore. So we've got the Wake Up Call and Begin to Explore is our second message for this week. So that is our, so I'm going to pull Tara's card next. Ooh, trust the divine plan. So that is your message, Tara. Trust the divine plan. So there is a plan. Sometimes it just doesn't line up the way that we think that it's going to, or it doesn't go as fast as we would like it to. So just trust that divine plan. So important for us to be able to just put it out there and trust. So Tracy with the eye, you are next, and you've got a jumper. Be true to yourself. Be true to yourself and become a clear channel. So really needing to work on some of those blocks. I'm assuming that really hits home, Tara. So Miss Tracy with an I, that is yours. And Bailey, you have a few jumpers today. So the first thing is for this week is take the lead. You have this one too, so trust the divine plan. That one there is jumping out like crazy. And seek hidden treasure. So there is lots of things that, so that seeking divine treasure for me, for you, is that there are messages that have been out there that you're not really listening to, or that you kind of sloughed off. And so they are telling you to go back and take a look at those moments, or those things that are there that have been kind of giving you a little bit of a nudge. Amelie, I am so excited that you finally got your divinity box. And so the shop has seasonal divinity boxes, and they are only open and available at the time of, or like just before the season shifts. So the next one's not till December, but Am finally got hers. And so I thought that it was really funny when she was like, oh, I got a new deck. Because I did the same thing when I bought that deck. And it was like, it's not a deck. It's not a deck. I'm talking about you. Were your ears ringing? So, so I was just saying how cute that it was when you're like, I got a deck. I got a new deck. I'm going to pull some cards. Nope. That's definitely not what's happening. But I wasn't on live. I was catching your replay. So otherwise I would have told you at that time. But but it's a really cool tool. So it's a little bit more complicated to use, but it's a really cool tool. I know, me too. I'm opening up and I'm like, and then I was like, okay, because that's what the deck that I had that's what I had picked, because I thought it was a deck that I had picked for the box. And then it was like, oh, that's not the deck. I don't know. I don't know what I'm supposed to do now. And we had already pre-ordered them. So it was like, do we cancel the pre-order or do we go ahead with it? Nope, we're going to go ahead with it. So that's what we did. So love yourself, is your message for today. Love yourself. So I'm going to pull Mary's card next, and then I'm going to pick our final group card, and then I will continue to pull cards for everyone. So Mary, reflect on your truth. Reflect on your truth. Divine timing for me showing up. It was like perfect. I was like literally talking about you. So that is your message, Mary. So our final, yes, big time. I love it when the cards do that. It's like, oh my God, I can't believe. Yeah, so I bought 2 new decks this week. And so the one that I bought is Queen of the Moon Oracle, and I did a 7-card spread on that one, and oh my God, that one there was just crazy information that came up. I'm like, okay, I think I've been smacked enough now. I think I got the message. So I have to, I still haven't had a chance to actually journal on them. I did that on Thursday, and so I still need to journal on them. Embrace your power. That is our final group card for today. So we've got Wake Up Call, Begin to Explore, and Embrace Your Power. Those are our messages as a group this week. So Cindy, you are next. address your addictions. So, and like I said, this one here always comes up, and a lot of times people are like, oh, I don't know. Like, I don't drink, I don't do drugs, and maybe some people do, but the people that typically get that card are like, oh my God, I can't believe. And so it's, what are some of the patterns that you're doing that need to be changed? What are some of the things that you're doing that stop you from being able to move forward? So that is what that card generally means for most people. So I was just doing that. You're just doing you were just doing what? Drinking, doing drugs? I'm not sure what you were just doing. The delay with Facebook is always funny sometimes, because it's like, okay, what was people doing already? Addressing my addiction. Awesome. So that is like, so this message is coming in loud and clear, Cindy, that it's really important for us to do. Addiction to different tea. That's a good addiction. That's like me saying that I have an addiction to cards. I don't. So I definitely do. And it doesn't help that when Brooklyn is purchasing cards for the shop, that she always finds specific ones that she's like, oh, Rolly will like this one. Oh, Rolly will like that one. So she'll be happy to see that I bought 2 decks again this week. So Miss Penny, I love my tea. So I've got a slew of tea that is available in the Wellness Center for people to be able to use. It was my tea at home, and now I just restock it for here, because this is where I spend most of my time. Refine your attention. If you come over to my house, I don't have tea. I have to bring it with me. Do all things in moderation. So do all things in moderation and refine your attention. So if you're finding that you're spreading yourself really thin, it's really important for you to kind of hone in on what it is that you're doing. Wake up call, embrace your power, and begin to explore. So this one. So begin to explore. Not that we can go, there's like the Eiffel Tower, not like we can actually go exploring places. But, so Shelly Gosselin, I'm not sure that you're on, but you will catch the replay. So like I said, I have a number of people that are on my regular list, that are on that list of every week they get a card, whether they are on live or not. And then they just catch the replay. Strengthen your gifts, Miss Shelly. That is your message. Strengthen your gifts. So she is incredibly inspirational. I love reading her posts. And I think I say that almost every week, but I really do. I love reading the messages that she has. She has very inspirational messages. So Michelle, you are next. Ooh, make the necessary sacrifices. You and I need to connect soon. With all of this craziness, there's a lot of people that I don't get to see very often. And now with the additional restrictions again, things are not for our area though. We're pretty good in our area, but I'm sure that that will come back around soon, because whatever seems to happen down south happens up here too. So hopefully not. Miss Lonnie, you are not on. Are you? I haven't seen you. So Lonnie is seek hidden treasure. So what are some of the things that, what are some of the messages that you have been getting little nudges about that you haven't taken action on? So that is your message for this week. Lonnie. And Kai, you have a jumper. Okay. Ooh, you got this one too. Trust the divine plan. Like I said, this is obviously a very strong message this week. So trust the divine plan and be true to yourself. So be who you be. So really important for us to do that. We often forget that we are very unique and that we have lots to offer of being ourselves. Myself is kind of silly because I do a lot of different things. Myself is all over the place. So, Kayla, I wrote Kaya on here, but I know that it's Kayla. Oh, you are on. Happy Thanksgiving to you too, Kai. So, Kayla, become a clear channel. So that one there is in reference to removing some of the blocks that you are having and build on solid ground. So just work on getting grounded. So get grounded, get connected, and just be open to some of the messages, or be open to some of the possibilities that are surrounding you. So that is your message, Kayla. Julie, you were next. Julie, you need to take the lead. So I don't know what it is that you've been hesitating doing, but it's time for you to take the lead and take action on whatever it is that you have been just kind of putting off. So Alain Villemur is again one of those. Happy Thanksgiving to you too, Kayla. I will see you on Wednesday. So Alain, your message. I wasn't able to pull your card last week because my mind went blank and I'm like, okay, what's Ellen's name? I didn't add her name to the list when I was talking to her. And because if I don't do it right away, and sometimes names just escape me. So I have definitely added you. You're welcome, Julie. So Alain, ton message is have faith. So have faith, Alain, is your message. So Carrie, last but not least. So unless there's somebody else that's on that hasn't asked for a card, please let me know, because otherwise Carrie is the last person today. Ooh, nice. Nurture yourself first. We so need to do that. Oh, that's funny. The begin to explore is the same image. I've never noticed that. So, but nurture yourself first is your message, Carrie. So we often forget to put ourselves first, and that is extremely important for us to be able to give of ourselves to others. We need to first give to ourselves, and if we don't do that, then we then become depleted, and it makes it harder for us to be able to move forward. So that is our messages for today, and I will be on next Sunday, and I will pull some more cards, and I will talk to you guys all then. Talk to you soon. Bye for now.